Hi, engineers. Imagine this. You're in a coding interview. The interviewer pastes a Roman numeral like MCMXCIV, and 30 seconds later, you're already smiling because you know exactly how to crush it. Today, we're tackling one of the all-time classic string problems, Roman to integer coding challenge. Let's break it down in plain English first. You get a string that is a valid Roman numeral, things like 3, LVIII, or MCMXCIV. Your job is to convert it to a regular integer, 3, 58, or 1994. Normally, we just add the values from left to right. But when a smaller symbol appears before a larger one, we subtract the smaller one instead. That only happens in 6 cases. 4 is 4, 9 is 9, XL is 40, XC is 90, CD is 400, CM is 900. Input is always valid, between 1 and 3999. Let's set up 3 example inputs right now. We create a variable S1 and set it to 3. Then we create S2 and set it to LVII. And we create S3 and set it to MCMXCIV. Now, let's start with a simple beginner-friendly approach that is easy to explain out loud. We will walk through the string from left to right, add every symbol. But if we ever add a small one that actually should have been subtracted, we fix it later by subtracting twice that value. Here's how it works. We create a function named Roman to int simple that takes one parameter called s. Inside the function, first, we create a map object with I to 1, v to 5, x to 10, l to 50, c to 100, d to 500, m to 1000. Then we declare a variable total and set it to 0. We start a for loop, declare I at 0, keep going while I is less than s.length, increment I by 1. Inside the loop, we add the map of s at I to the total. Then we check if we just added a value that needs to be subtracted. We write in if statement. If I is greater than 0 and map of s at I minus 1 is less than map of s at I, then we made a mistake earlier, so we subtract twice the previous value from the total. When the loop finishes, return the total. This works, but it feels a bit hacky because we add first and correct later. Now let's test it. We write a console log of Roman to int simple of s1, then a console log of Roman to int simple of s2, and a console log of Roman to int simple of s3. When we run it in the terminal, we get 3, 58, 1994. Correct. Now here comes the magic, the clean single-pass solution that interviewers absolutely love. The insight is brilliant and simple. Instead of fixing mistakes later, we decide right away whether to add or subtract by looking at the next symbol. If the current symbol is smaller than the next one, we subtract it. Otherwise, we add it. That single check handles every subtractive case perfectly. Let's code the real version. We create a function named Roman to int that takes s. First, we create a small map. I to 1, v to 5, x to 10, l to 50, c to 100, d to 500, m to 1000. Then we declare a variable result and set it to 0. We start a for loop, declare I starting at 0, keep going while I is less than s.length, increment I by 1. Inside the loop, we write one if statement. If I plus 1 is less than s.length and the value of the current symbol is less than the value of the next symbol, then the result minus equals the current value. Else result plus equals the current value. When the loop ends, return the result. That's the entire function, clean and impossible to get wrong. Let's test the optimized version the same way. We write a console log of Roman to int of s1, then a console log of Roman to int of s2, and a console log of Roman to int of s3. When we run it in the terminal, we get 3, 58, 1994. Perfect every time. Now, the interview pro tips. When you get this question, say these exact things. First, clarify. Input is guaranteed valid and in 1 to 3999 range, correct? Second, start with the simple idea. We can add everything and correct subtractive cases later. Third, then drop the golden insight. Actually, we can decide to subtract right when we see the current is smaller than the next. Fourth, write the map first, then the loop with the single if-else, super organized. Fifth, always finish with time complexity O of n, space O of 1, optimal. Sixth, bonus points. Trace MCMXCIV step by step out loud. Interviewers go crazy for that. There you go, engineers. The simple version is easy to explain when you're nervous. Single pass version, which actually gets you the strong hire. You now completely own Roman to integer. Now you're 1% smarter. The cheat code is consistency, so keep boosting your brain. Make it your daily routine, and you will nail your next interview. Same rhythm tomorrow at Code Crack Interviews.